It's so horrible. It's like,
once again, I'll say, man, he's a kid, and I'm pretty sure this wasn't the plan for this character, but he could have got lucky, and and this is what happens.
Yeah, that's what happened in Episode 4 with Luke and destroying the Death Star. I mean, it's a total recycle. It's a total recycle of Episode 4. I'm sorry you disagree with me, but it's the same thing. It's dumb luck. But let's try spinning. That's a great trick, and he's supposed to be. Obi-Wan even says in Episode 4, "When I met your father, he was already a great pilot."
But he was just being a stupid kid and ended up getting lucky in Episode 1.
So how does that make him a great pilot? I mean, it seems like he didn't even know what the hell he was doing.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't.
To have like an 8. He's like 8 years old, right? I mean, that's where I place him as in the movies.
That's what I would say.
And it'd have been awesome for an 8-year-old kid to lead the aerial assault of the Battle of Naboo and lead them to victory instead of just lucking into it.
It would have been great if he would have died in a plane crash and then they would have been like, oh, that wasn't the Anakin Skywalker we thought it was, and they found someone completely different to be Anakin. That's how they should have done it. Because that kid was whiny and annoying. But as Phil said, he was a kid, so...
Yeah, but Luke was whiny and annoying, so I kind of dig young Anakin as whiny and annoying.
Genetics. That's all genetics.
That's what I was saying.
The Gungans get rumple-stomped by the droid army. It makes me happier than seeing Ewoks die in Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi. I really like seeing the Gungans getting just their butts whooped for a little while. But that was a really good CGI battle. It's kind of ridiculous. They should have never stood a chance against a quote unquote battle hardened end quote droid army. I don't know how you battle harden a droid because they're droids.
You update their drivers. That's how you do it.
Okay, right on. You unlocked an achievement, three battles. Is it like Xbox now?
Yeah, but I mean, nothing beats an epic shield and a snow globe. I mean, that's just fact.
Yeah, and you have the whole thing with Jar Jar falling and flipping the things around and accidentally killing things, and it's more over the top comic relief from Jar Jar, and it's just too much Jar Jar, man.
Yeah.
I felt like they needed to put Jar Jar in because they marketed it so much.
Yeah.
It's too much Jar Jar, man. This movie could have been great if they just replaced 60% of the Jar Jar footage with
real shit.
Anything, substance, not just filler, which is what Jar Jar is. Like pod racing is all filler. This movie could have been an hour and 45 minutes and a great movie. Instead, it was like 2.5 hours and a shitty movie. Phil, you don't feel like there should have been more Palpatine or?
As far as Palpatine, man, I think as far as the 6 movies goes, that's the one character in the entire fucking trilogy, or set of movies that is awesome. That's probably the greatest character in the entire thing.
I can't disagree with that. I like Palpatine's arc. I just wish there's a little more exposition.
There's no other character that is in all 6 movies that is just fucking great.
I disagree.
So you're not a big C-3PO fan then, I take it?
I'm partial, I guess. I don't really care about C-3PO.
I have to disagree. I have to go with Obi-Wan Kenobi's up there. He might not be better, but he's good.
I'll go with that.
I like Obi-Wan. Because
Obi-Wan is in all 6 movies, and Obi-Wan is a fucking great character. And
Obi-Wan,
even in this piece of shit prequels, he's good too. So
yeah, I agree. Obi-Wan's probably a better character than the Emperor, but I think that there could have been more of Palpatine's backstory and his motivations and why he's doing what he's doing. I never did really get a feel for, why.
The Dark Plagueis is pretty cool. Kind of getting a little bit of the backstory. I think it's kind of nice that they gave us a little taste of it to kind of see, where he came from and how he got to where he was. But, I felt like the Emperor needed more. He needed more of a backstory. I mean, all we really got out of it was he was power hungry in basically all aspects of his life. He wanted to be the most powerful he could with the Force. He wanted, to have control of people by taking over the Senate. He was just power hungry, and I think they could have played him out a lot more and made him a lot more badass. But, I mean, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, they really failed with the Emperor.
I don't think they failed with the Emperor.
The Emperor, they did a great job. I mean, they could have done so much more to kind of, because let's face it, the Emperor is probably not the majority of people's favorite characters.
What's his motives? I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand he's power hungry and he's
a Sith.
He's a Sith Lord based on killing his master, but why did he turn to the dark side to begin with? What were his motivations for killing Darth Plagueis? People probably know this sort of thing, and there's, like I said, some guy somewhere in his mother's basement screaming right now because I don't know the answer to this. But, go ahead in the comments, email us at vapidagenda@gmail.com or hit us up at Vapid Agenda on the Twitter, as the cool kids like to say, and let us know what the backstory is there is if you know it. But we get to the epic lightsaber duel with
5 minutes of awesomeness.
5 minutes, yeah. This is probably the best part of the film for me. Is the lightsaber battle between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
I guess you can say featuring Obi-Wan because he's not really there the whole time.
No, he's kind of... White man can't jump, so he ends up out of the battle for a minute.
And I mean, I've watched that fight probably 4 or 5 times during this whole podcast, and it's awesome. I mean, it is the best scenes of the movie.
It's the best scene of the first 2 movies, actually.
I'll agree 100% on that.
You can't really top the Episode 3 saber duel with Obi-Wan and Anakin in any way, shape.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome as well.
Because that's the best saber duel there is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'll agree with that.
I mean, the whole Yoda thing is just ridiculous.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, of course, Qui-Gon gets owned by Darth Maul, which is kind of a bittersweet thing, but it's kind of an epic win at the same time.
I will say this. Qui-Gon gets an epic backhand on Maul, and I never noticed it until watching it just now today. Dude, he slapped the shit out of him.
Okay.
But other than that, he got dominated.
I slap you, you stab me with a sword through my freaking guts. I think you win.
Right, exactly. I mean, other than that, he got dominated in that fight. That's what I'm getting. But he was dominated.
But here's the weird thing is, like, the field goes down and Qui-Gon Obi-Wan goes in, and he's all full of rage and anger. And what is that? The antithesis of everything that you train the Jedi to be. But what do you guys think about that choice, the way they played it out? I mean, it seems kind of weird given that you're trying to set up the light side as the stronger.